What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel, because the second channel is popping, aka the real Super Mario here, bringing you another Pokemon Legends ZA and assorted news video. Alright, so things are heating up a little bit. Alright, so it looks like we're getting closer and closer to some sort of Switch 2 information. I'm not going to say it's an announcement, because Twitter's been hyping it up like crazy, but Twitter's been hyping this up for years. So I'm not gonna hype you up, but something is happening though. All right, things are getting updated. You know, there are rumblings behind the scenes. There is more Pokemon stuff coming out from the Pokemon leak. Some cut moves that didn't get put into the game, as well as some interesting Legends Arceus information we're going to talk about today. So of course, we're going to continue getting videos like this from me. Like, comment, subscribe, and the bell button, do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do. Continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I will shout you out at this portion of the video. And I got some comments for the comment section, the comment corner, which is going to be at the end of the video. There's going to be a timestamp for that. Let's go. So, alright, we're going to start off with black and white information. So, this is some more information from the Pokemon Teraleak. We have Central Pokemon Leaks here, and it says, cut move from black and white, melt. So, the move is called Tokatsu. It's a fire-type move, it's a status move. I think this is kind of cool. Alright, it kind of feels like, Drench? You know, because Drench turns you into a water type. I think that was a Gen 6 move, I think. This one turns steel and ice types into normal or water, which I think that's kind of cool, to be honest. I think they probably got rid of this because it only targets those two types, and there was no way to like make it target other types because the way I think it's either Drench or Deluge, one of the two, that turns any type into a water type. But you can't really do that with this move. Alright, so we have Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So we have not Central Pokemon League, so this is a different person altogether. They said that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet used to have different lighting system, probably changed due to performance issues. And I've seen a lot of people talk about this, and they're like, oh man, we got robbed, oh, Gamefreak can't make games, Gamefreak sucks, they're annoying, they're stupid. And I'm like, more than likely, what happened was this was done due to performance issues. All right, I mean, because it looks pretty good. It looks way better than what we got in Scarlet and Violet. And the thing is, you do have to think about the fact that, you know, it's running on the Switch. Switch is 10-year-old tech. The other thing is, when you're developing games, right, you start off with like a plan for your games and what you want to do, and you know the features you want and the benchmarks and stuff you want to hit, and you develop the game that way. But as the project goes on and the project grows, things change. Sometimes stuff that you did back here that you intended to have to be in the game doesn't work out anymore. Like, oh, we can't use this lighting system because we added these areas to the game, and so then that makes the game, you know, that makes the game run too slow, or this causes crashes, or basically we have a memory leak somewhere. So far, it messes with performance, so now we can't use it. But they still have the screenshots because that's what they did. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk, the other reason I wanted to talk about this is because this also adds credence to the fact that we could be getting that big, like, definitive edition version of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on the Switch 2. Alright, because that was something that I heard rumors of a long time ago. I haven't heard anybody else talk about it since, but there's a possibility that we could be getting a Scarlet and Violet definitive edition, you know, that has all the DLCs on it, but it's also enhanced, you know, 4K enhanced or whatever they want to call it, for the Switch 2. The thing is, would you double dip? I don't think a lot of you would, but would you double dip on Scarlet and Violet if it looked better and played better? Alright, so, also from not Central Pokemon Leaks, they dropped this little tidbit about Legends Arceus. So, They said Pokemon Legends Arceus originally was going to radically change the Pokemon combat system. Pokemon Auto Battle, by default, you can press a button at any time to give a normal command to your Pokemon. I have to say, I kind of threw up in my mouth a little when I read this. Like, a Pokemon Auto Battler, like a mainline game, not a spin-off, not a cell phone game, a mainline Pokemon Auto Battler is disgusting, okay? And not in a good way. I'm talking about a bad way. I'm talking about like a dookie butter, booty butt cheeks type of way, okay? All right. Now, I know people are like, well, what's wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with, look, the thing that makes, that gives Pokemon its identity is its battle system, the trading, and the catching Pokemon. These three things are paramount to Pokemon. Why do you think they got so mad when Power World did something very similar? Why do you think Power World got sued? All right, because those are the identity of Pokemon. And Power World, you know, did the so close, almost, you know, well, they pretty much did kind of steal from Pokemon, you know. And so to change one of those things drastically or take one away will damage the brand of Pokemon, like, significantly. All right. I mean, because it's known for that. And again, I always use this example. Look at Final Fantasy. The issue that Final Fantasy has now is that what kind of game is Final Fantasy? Every franchise has its core identity. Like, if you look at Fire Emblem, it's a strategy RPG. All right. I remember there was some reporter person that wanted it to be like some kind of like weird, like social sim or like, you know, something like that. Like the closest thing we'll get to something like that is when they added in the Persona stuff for Three Houses. But it was still at the core a turn-based strategy RPG. You know, or you look at something like Zelda. Okay, Zelda, you know, is an action adventure game, you know, with dungeons and stuff like that. Like, they changed it around for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but it didn't lose its identity. All right, and then they still went back for Echoes of Wisdom to the old setup. You know, so I think, you know, they you don't want to lose what makes that game special trying to chase trends. So many franchises have died trying to chase trends. All right, and I don't think Pokemon should ever try to chase trends. I'm going to be honest with you. All right, turn-based battling, online trading, and the way they catch Pokemon should be the same forever. Everything else you can change. Those three need to stay the same. All right, and it actually brings up some interesting points about Legends Arceus, because Legends Arceus got delayed from what we heard from the leaks. This is probably why. This will probably explain why the Legends Arceus battle system is the way it is. Maybe the game got delayed because they got cold feet on this whole auto battler thing, or maybe they just didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying? They decided to add something else to it. They decided to add it in a more slimline version of the Pokemon battle system, and that's how we got that kind of hollow, no abilities, no hold items battle system that we got in Legends Arceus, which now I'm kind of appreciative of that, because we could have had some garbage like that. Speaking of garbage, we have Niantic. So Niantic support comes out to talk about Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go has been going through it.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You know what I'm saying? Okay. I'll leave. Okay, I'm fine. I'm sorry. But Pokemon Go has been going through it, right? You know, so they've been going through. The last time I talked about Pokemon Go, they had the issue with the character models. They did an update, a graphical update, and they changed like the character models, and everybody came out looking weird. Now, for some reason, they did another update, and now people are getting banned, like just randomly, just off rip, just getting banned from Pokemon Go, and it's been popping up all over Twitter, and so they kind of made an announcement about it. So Trainers, some of the accounts that have been incorrectly received a suspension or ban message in Pokemon Go today. This has been cleared from affected accounts, and trainers should now be able to play Pokemon Go normally. We apologize for the inconvenience. So, yeah, they've been going through it for real, man. I don't know what's going on over there at Niantic. You know what I'm saying? But man, imagine you just go outside, you go to walk the dogs or whatever, and you got Pokemon Go on the phone. So I'm gonna play me some Pokemon Go while I'm walking the dogs, which you probably shouldn't do because you or your dog could walk in the street and get hit by a car and then die. But it is what it is. Say you playing Pokemon Go and you go to log in and you just get banned instantaneously. All right, that's crazy. And especially since this is a games as a service type of game, you could have put some money into this. Like, you could have paid for, items and stuff, to use to catch Pokemon. I haven't played Pokemon Go in so long. I don't know what you buy in Pokemon Go anymore. But imagine you've put money and time into this. You just get banned off rip for, no reason. Bruh, that's crazy, bruh. That's super crazy. I hope Niantic gets it back together, though, whatever happened over there. Hot Girl Videos 69, one of my favorite Twitter accounts. This person, they tweet some really cool video game stuff, but they also have some off-the-wall political opinions. So if you're sensitive, I would not follow them, but it's funny to watch. Like, they can be unhinged sometimes. But they say, in the last 24 hours, Nintendo has updated dozens of URLs again, including updating new redirects for Wii, 3DS, and GameCube subdomains. They have now updated hundreds of URLs within a week, and an uncommon amount of activity for their websites. So, things is moving, all right? So, now, with this being about past video games, that could mean that maybe this is going to be a Nintendo Online thing, a switch to Nintendo Online thing. Maybe they're going to put these games in the cloud, do an actual streaming service that way, which would be insane. Like, can you imagine if you could play just one of these consoles? Would be massive. Okay, just being able to play GameCube games or 3DS games or Wii games. But all three together, oh my gosh. I wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't come up with an update to the expansion pack. Like a new one. Like, oh, you can buy the expansion pack, or you can buy the expansion pack 2 for $27 or something. And before you know it, you're paying $70 a year. Oh, Lord. For Switch Online. Bruh, that's crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't do like a tier system, kind of like the way Sony does it. Because if you don't have PlayStation Plus, they have like a weird tier system. So they've got essential, then they've got premiums at the top, then they've got another one in the middle. It's 3 or 4 levels, and with each level you get different features until you get all the way up to premium, where you have everything. And premium is what is premium, $150 a year or something like that? It's a lot. It's kind of, well, I don't know. I mean, I pay it once a year, so I don't know. But maybe they could do something like that. And the higher you go, the more consoles you get on Nintendo Switch Online. Now, the only thing is, hopefully they don't take as long to update them with games the way they do for regular Nintendo Online. So, more Switch 2 information. We have Nash Waddell. He says Switch 2 is a port of Elden Ring for Switch 2 is in development, which will receive the game in a definitive edition. It seems that the Virtuos could be responsible for this port, and that it would arrive at the end of 2025. So I could definitely see that. All right, I could definitely see Elden Ring coming to the Switch. Switch 2. Because why not? The only reason why it's probably not been on Switch in the first place is because of, again, the power. It needs more power than the Switch has to be able to play Elden Ring. So this could be crazy. Now it kind of sucks that this will be at the end of 2025 and not like a launch game with the Switch 2, you know. But hey, still, Elden Ring coming to Switch 2, that's kind of bananas. All right. You know, a lot of people are reminded of like when Skyrim came to the Switch and everybody was like, oh snap, Skyrim on Switch. So everybody gonna be playing Elden Ring again. All right, so now we have your obligatory 4chan text dump. So this one is about Legends ZA, and it actually comes with a screenshot because, you know, people got like, you know, screenshots and pictures now, you know. Of course, you know, take it with a grain of salt because you never know if this is fake or not. You know, I mean, this is 4chan. There's a 50-50 chance that it could be fake. So take it with a grain of salt. But here we go, though. So it says, aside from the already leaked info, here's some more for you right now. First new Pokemon so far is a Poison Dark type Mudbray. And so then we've got like the screenshot of it. And basically it's a purple Mudbray. But it does look pretty cool though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, there's some spikes on it. You know, which, I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, dark Pokemon usually have spikes. You know what I'm saying? They usually look kind of metal, you know, in some way. So, but the thing is, why would Mudbray be poison and dark? Like, this more than likely is a regional. So, why poison and dark though? Like, what kind of pollution did Mudbray get into to where it ended up becoming poison? All right, like not poison ground, poison dark. Like, what happened? All right, is this man a mutant? Radioactive sludge hit this man, and this man became a poison type. Like, what happened to homie? Xerneas and Yveltal have no new forms. That sounds crazy. Like, that sound cap. I mean, because more than likely, like, we should see something from them, since this is Gen 6, and they play a pretty big role in that with Zygarde. So it would be kind of crazy if they just didn't get new forms, especially if you look at what BDSP or Legends Arceus, where we got those like Palkia and Dialga got the fugly forms. Oh my gosh, them forms were weird, bro. I said it when them gens came out. I was like, yo, these look like Digimon. Okay, stop getting Digimon in my Pokemon. Okay. So he says starters are from Kalos, but you get the choice of Kanto starters afterwards. This is possible because they did the same thing in Generation 6, but why just the Kanto starters? Like, more than likely, if the Kalos starters aren't getting like megas, you know, then like, and they're not getting regionals, then like, why would you give us the same megas that we got last time? That seems like it would be kind of lame. All right, you know, that seemed kind of lazy, and the last thing they want to do is be lazy with a Legends game. So I'm gonna call cap on that one. I think more than likely, it's probably gonna be Generation 5 starters. More than likely, what they give you, or Generation 2 starters. Let's see. I have not seen Eternal Floette during the game. It is in the files, so apparently this person has the files for Legends ZA, which now let's make this kind of fake. That makes this kind of fake now, because the hacker specifically said that they were not going to release Legends ZA or Generation 10. They weren't going to release any of those files because those games haven't come out yet. All right, they won't even release Scarlet and Violet because Scarlet and Violet still has content that's not out yet. So the fact that he said that he has the files or he's seen the files, yeah, I'm going to call cap on this whole thing. We will keep reading, though. Megas I've seen so far are for Hippowdon, the Kalos starters, Weavile, Musharma? Musharma, okay. Pangoro and Helioptile. So that's not a bad list. It's kind of weird. You know, Weavile is expected. Hippowdon is kind of expected. Musharna. Pangoro and Helioptile. I don't know. Helioptile maybe, but I don't know about the other two though. They seem like weird choices to get megas. Mega Pangoro might be kind of lit though. Just thinking about it though, Mega Pangoro that might be kind of lit. Like that definitely gonna be meta for a while. There are many side quests that involve you catching Pokemon for Sycamore. The game is not very story driven, mainly gameplay heavy. There is a battle facility in the post game where you battle every previous gym leader from X and Y. I'm trying to remember, what did they say about the post game? Like, I think the hacker said that Legends ZA was completely playable from start to finish, but I don't think he ever said anything about a battle facility. So, that's another thing. I've seen 6 evolutions. One of them is a dragon evolution. Alright, yeah, this super duper cap. You done gone into full blown, a fan fiction territory now. It would be kind of crazy if they gave us an evolution in a Legends game. It's possible because Gen 6 did give us Sylveon, but I guess did they discover a new evolution in the same region? That's kind of crazy. Hoopa and Volcanion Diancie quests in the post game. Brandon returns and looks much older. He gives you missions to catch them. So now that seems pretty good. That seems like something that can happen, because if you remember in Blueberry Academy, we had pretty much the same thing where you had the missions where you could go out and catch the legendaries. So that's pretty good post game content. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. But some of the other stuff in here kind of, leads me to think this might be fake. But I will admit, though, that Poison Dark Mudbray looks pretty cool. All right, so we have Comment Corner. So we got a couple comments here today. We have Devin Knox 7558. He said, Don is the rogue Pokemon. Zarude is the rogue monkey Pokemon, and Greninja was originally based on a rogue. So basically talking about the Riddler Q hint from the last video. So yeah, I can kind of see that. I never knew Crawdon was the rogue Pokemon. I don't see Crawdon being very rogue, but it is a dark type, so I can see where they did that. So yeah, so Zarude getting a Mega, or because that could be interesting, because the hint was about Megas. I'm sure they will one day, but I thought they said Ultimate was the last Smash. And on the other hand, another tuber the other day said they were speculating about another pit game. I would love to see another Smash with characters like Rayman, Crash, and PS1 Love. Also, I always wanted a Pokemon Smash game with as many Pokemon as possible, with Smash physics and stab and type disadvantages. Pokemon Smash would be amazing. Alright, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Now, I read this one and I was like, yo, all Pokemon Smash game would be amazing. That would be insane. Alright, they will have DLC for years because it's 1,000 Pokemon. And to have the same Smash mechanics. But I don't think they would ever do that because it would take away from Smash. Pokemon being a part of Smash is a pretty huge thing. But yeah, this is a comment about the speculation we did about Sakurai working on this next game and what it's gonna be. So it's possible that it could be Smash. It's possible that it's gonna be a Kid Icarus sequel or a new Kid Icarus game of some sort. I don't know how well Kid Icarus sold to get a sequel, but he's been working on it for 2 years, so we'll see what it is. All right, and the last comment we have is from Space Owl 9246. He says, pretty sure this is going to be the third game in a row that I won't be getting if the issues still persist. I I will start buying Pokemon games again when they run like a game in the 2020s should. I also don't get why people still say it's the Switch's limitations. No, look at the other games that look beautiful on the very same console. It's just that Game Freak doesn't have the time to optimize the game. Will the game run smoother on better hardware? Possibly. Is it the Switch's fault that Scarlet and Violet looks and runs like absolute garbage? Not worthy of the biggest franchise in the world? Absolutely not. I mean, okay, I'll explain it like this. When I said that it's the Switch's fault, it's because the Switch can't run. Imagine having to put like thousands of Pokemon in one game. All right, thousands of characters in one game in an open world, and you have to animate all this stuff at the same time. Okay, all right, I don't think there's any game out there that has as many characters, as many, actually animated bodies in the game on the Switch that Pokemon does. All right, because you need thousands. Like, remember, there's over 1,000 Pokemon, and you need multiples of them. So there are thousands of characters walking around in the world at the same time that the game has to remember. All right, so I can definitely see this game, the system not being able to keep up with the game, so they have to dial down the detail, dial down the some of the effects and stuff, so that it actually does run. And it still will run into problems because, again, you're trying to do this on the Switch. So I disagree with that assertion. I think that Game Freak does rush out games. They do totally do that. But a big part of this is the Switch. All right, you can't just not excuse the 10-year-old hardware when you think about why games run the way they do. So that's about it for this. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. And your comment might end up on Comment Corner. All right, so like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.